Hello everyone, this is Adnan with Canis Training Videos. This is in this video series we are learning 70-410 installing configuring server 2012. Now this is part 4 of this video training. In part 1 we started with setting up the computer lab. Part 2 we made our a complete infrastructure by following the server build guideline, and then we understood our architecture, and then in part 3 we installed completely Active Directory, we verified Active Directory, we joined machines. This is a very important part. Make sure you do it few times in your class lab and home lab. And now today we're in this video number 4, we're installing WDS role in our infrastructure. Now the main function of WDS role is to automatically install operating system Windows 7, Windows 8, 2008, or any operating system automatically within the infrastructure. In order to install and configure WDS, WDS stands for, by the way, Windows Deployment Services. It is a role. Main purpose is to automatically install operating systems within infrastructure. Now, there are a couple of things that we need to do when we go through this WDS installation, and those few things are you need to do ADDS. ADDS. We need to have ADDS role, which is already completed in video 3. DNS automatically is installed once the ADDS role exists, so both roles are here. And just to make sure, if you go onto a first server, on the first server when you log in, you should be able to see ADDS role and DNS role right here. So meaning both are installed. And then what we need a DHCP role to provide automatic IP addresses. This is what we need to do. And then once DHCP is set up, then we need to set up WDS role. So the very first thing what we need to do now is we need to first set up DHCP role. Now the main purpose of DHCP role is to automatically assign IP addresses to all computers. This is the main function of DHCP. And main function of WDS is to automatically. So before we start configuring WDS, we need to do install configure DHCP role. In order to install configure DHCP role, it is done in 3 major steps. One, add the role. Then we need to authorize DHCP role, and then we need to create DHCP role. So let's start this process. Now on this one, first of all, all we need to do is before verify ADDS and DNS is there, and now I need to install DHCP role. So add remove role, go to next and next and next, and here select DHCP. Once you select DHCP, you need to add features, and next and next. You don't have to do anything here, and then finish. Select restart. If it needs the restart, it would restart, otherwise it won't. So it will take few moments while it is installing DHCP role. So DHCP role will be installed. Once this is done, all we need to do, so this will be add DHCP. Second will be authorize DHCP. All DHCPs within the Microsoft infrastructure, they must be authorized. Authorized meaning that Active Directory needs to authorize the DHCP so that it can assign automatic IP addresses to all computers. So this is a safety measure that Microsoft added in DHCP to have legit DHCP server that is authorized by Active Directory. Now let's see. The feature is being installed. I'm going to pause the screen. Once it is installed, I'm going to come back, and then we'll go through the second part, which is authorizing DHCP, and last part doing the we need to create a scope. So it took few moments and the DHCP role is installed. And once the DHCP role is installed, keep an eye on this wizard here. It says complete DHCP configuration. Basically, at this point, it will be asking you to authorize DHCP server. So basically, this is the second step. If you somehow close this, you can also see the flag with this triangle, with this yellow triangle here. This triangle also shows that you need to complete some steps. So complete DHCP configuration. Once you're here, just select DHCP, and here just select next, and here make sure that this is selected right like this. If this is selected, then it means that it is properly, you are following all the labs properly. But if this doesn't appear, it means that if this egreen/administrator, it means that you are missing something. Maybe you forgot to install Active Directory. Maybe you forgot to log in with this account egreen/administrator, and you need to go back to your steps. You need to redo the video part 3 and then come to this video. But if you see this at this point, just say commit. Now commit is now authorizing. Now DHCP is authorized. So it's saying authorizing DHCP, done. So once this is done, close and close. So meaning we added the role, we authorized the server, now we need to create a scope. Scope meaning we need to create a scope, we need to give a DHCP a scope of stack of IP addresses. For example, we need to give a static stack of IP addresses so that DHCP can assign IP addresses whoever is asking for IP address. So the stack of IP addresses we're going to use is 192.168.100.254. This is a stack of IP address. These IP addresses will be given to the new machine. So for now, just create the stack of IP addresses. Later on, we're going to go into more detail about DHCP. For now, just do exactly what we are doing here in this video. So all you need to do, go back here. Now since DHCP role is added, as you can see it was not there before, since this is added, all you need to do, open DHCP console to create a scope. So go to tools and then go to DHCP, and within DHCP all you need to do, DHCP console opens, and expand this a bit. Just right click, go here, IPv4, and within IPv4 right click and say new scope. Once you say new scope, right here, name the scope. Let's say this is egreen COPE scope 1. So we named it egreen scope 1. And here this is start IP address and end IP address. So this is what I just mentioned. Start IP address will be this, and IP address will be this. So going back here, and we can do 192.168.100.1, and then we can say 192.168.100.254. And rest we need to leave that as is, and next. We don't have any exclusion range, but let's say we keep a range. So 192.168.100.1 to 192.168.100. Let's say 50. So this is our exclusion range. Now from we are saying in this previous, we are saying that 1 to 254 IP addresses can be given to any client by DHCP. But here we're saying just from 1 to 50 exclude them from the assigned range. So just from the exclusion range, just type this and add, and next, and here leave that as is, and here you need to leave that as is, next, nothing to enter here. Here just make sure that you see a domain, and here you should see DNS IP address here. If this is not here, then just type it, 192.168.10. But if you properly follow the video, this should automatically appear like this, and next, and next, and then just activate the scope. Finish. Once the scope is activated, the scope is ready to work. So this is done. So we just completed the part of setting up DHCP. Now the second part, we need to now set up WDS. So for that you need to add the role, configure the role, verify the role, and then import this. So let's start with WDS. Within WDS, I'll close this. Within Server Manager, first add the role. So add roles and features, and next, and next, and next. And here, go down and select WDS role, add features, next, and next, and next. Here, select both options here. This is required for WDS services. So it provides full functionality of WDS, which you can use to configure and remotely install Windows operating system. And whereas transport server is used to provide a subset of functionality of Windows, it contains only core networking part which you use to transmit data. So for us, both of them are required. So next, and here just select restart and then install. So just like any other role, so far we have added two roles, which is ADDS and DHCP. This is the third role we are installing on this server. So once this is installed, it must be configured. So right after installation, add role, you must configure it. And here we added WDS, we must configure it. We configured it. And in video part 3, we added ADDS and we configured it as well. So here, once this is done, we'll have to configure WDS role. Now, once this is all done, it seems like it is all done. All you need to do, close. And then once it is closed, all you need to do, open the console. So go to Tools, and then down here say Windows Deployment Services, Add, Open, and then Expand. And here make sure that it is not a triangle, it's a play sign. So you need to first of all configure it. So I'm at this step, which is configuring WDS role. All you need to do, open WDS and then right click on this, say configure. Within configure, it gives you some requirement. It's saying before you begin, make sure you do have Active Directory, you do have DHCP, you do have DNS, and you do have NTFS. We have all of them at the moment. Just to confirm, here on Server Manager, make sure Active Directory is here, which is this option. DHCP is here, DHCP is here, and DNS is here. NTFS is automatically all this are NTFS. And then next, here, the WDS should be integrated with Active Directory. We don't need standalone. Standalone is not secure, but when you have Active Directory, it should be integrated with Active Directory. So next. Leave this path. This is where WDS will leave all its operating system and images. So we'll leave that as is. And next, and yes. Here it's saying that DHCP exists with WDS, so both will work together. And since they are all both on the same server, this must be checked for now. Next. Now this option is important to understand. It says WDS is about to offer operating system to machine. What type of machine should it send IP address operating system to? So do not respond, meaning WDS is not doing anything. Respond only to known client, meaning only the known clients will be getting the operating system from WDS, and new machines won't get it. So in our case, we're going to select this option. DHCP should offer operating system to known and unknown all types of computers. And here it's saying if it is an unknown computer, just ask for permission from administrator. This is a security precaution. So here we'll just check this and this. And then next, and in a few moments, WDS will be completely configured and installed. Now it is done. It's saying server cannot service, server did not respond to start, so service is not working. Let it be. So just finish. And as you can see, it is stopped. So this is stopped. All you need to do, right click, all task, and start. As soon as you do start, it should change to play, which is now started. So it should change to play. Now this means WDS is working. So we just did add role, configure WDS, and verify WDS. Now we need to import Windows 7 inside WDS. So all you need to do, we'll leave WDS as is. We'll go on to we need to mount Windows 7 CD on this. So right click on this name here, VM name. Go to settings, and within settings, all you need to do, go to CD, and here browse. And within browse, I'm gonna locate my Windows 7 CD. Windows 7 CD is right here, and then make sure these two are selected. In some cases, they are not selected, so make sure they are both selected. You have Windows 7 CD. Press OK. Once it is done, Windows CD is loaded. All you need to do, go to boot image. Within boot image, right click and then add boot image, and then browse to computer, and this is your CD. Within the CD, go to sources folder, and then go to boot image. And once you go to boot.vim file, since we are adding a boot image, it must be a boot.vim file, and next and next and done. So it is adding a boot.vim file. Now once this is all done, which will be in next few moments, it is done. Now you need to do install.image. So right click on this, add install image, leave the group as is, and then next, and browse to the same location, and this time select install. First we added boot, this time we're adding install, open, next. It's saying that this window that you're adding is professional. In your case, it might be few other options here as well. Even if there are few other options, it's fine. Then press next and next. Now it might take few moments to add install image. Once install image is added, boot image was added, then it will be time to test WDS. So you added the role, you configured it, we verified it, we are importing it, and then we need to test it. Now just before testing, this is just one extra step we need to do. We need to disable DHCP in VMware Workstation. Now while this is being added, let me do the next step, which is disable VMware Workstation DHCP. So for that, all you need to do, go to, and you don't need to wait for this, or maybe let's wait. It doesn't even matter even if you don't wait for that. So once this is successfully done, sometime it takes longer time, just be patient and then wait for this and then finish. Once this is all done, you should be able to see Windows image right here, one, and in boot image, make sure that you have Windows boot image here. If any one of them is empty, then it means WDS is not configured properly. It will give you error message. So in boot image, you have this, and in install image, you have this. If not, just reverse the video and just go slow and go step by step. WDS is configured. Now we need to test a machine, but before that, all we need to do, need to disable DHCP in this VMware Workstation. All you need to do, go to Edit, go to Virtual Network Editor. Once it opens, make sure that you have disabled DHCP. This option should be disabled. In my case, it is disabled. In your case, you must disable it on NAT. Once you're on NAT, this option should be unchecked. By default, it is checked automatically, so you need to make sure. If you need to uncheck it, for now I can't even do anything, so I need to take permissions first. So change settings, it will ask you yes, and then I'll reopen it. In your case, it might reopen automatically. All you need to select NAT and just uncheck. So it might be selected like this, just uncheck it. Once it is all unchecked, if you're using host only, still uncheck it. So in both of them, just uncheck it. Once it is done, press OK. And now WDS and everything is configured. Now the last step will be to test the Windows 7 deployment on bare metal machine. A bare metal machine is known as a machine without operating system. So in order to install operating system, there are two ways to install operating system. One was the way we installed this client machine. We went to home, we created a new machine, and here we selected Windows 7 ISO. But bare metal machine is a machine that has no ISO. So we're going to say I install the I will install the operating system later. For now, I'm not giving any operating system. Next, make sure Windows 7 is selected. Here this is selected, and next. And here I'm going to say this is E-Green bare metal 01. So BM bare metal. Bare metal means it has no operating system. Now, what is the main function of WDS? That our operating system should be automatically sent to a new machine, whatever new machine is there. So in this new machine, I do not have a CD, so it won't be able to install anything. It should receive operating system from this machine. So next, 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 and done. Now, once this machine starts, make sure that this mouse is entered inside. So here, first of all, power on the machine and click the mouse inside. So click inside, it will disappear. The mouse is inside now. Now here you need to be, so press F12. It gives you, if you don't press F12 in timely fashion, now how do you take the mouse out? Press Control Alt. So I cannot move the mouse is not moving. In order to move the mouse out, you need to press Control key and Alt key, both together, and then you can see the mouse. Now, if you don't press F12 in timely fashion, it will give you error message. We need to press F12. I intentionally didn't press F12 just to show you what's happening. Now, DHCP is working. DHCP provided this IP address to this new machine. And since there was no operating system, you cannot install anything. Our WDS is ready to provide. How do I know? Because this all information is coming from WDS server. So all we need to do is this. You need to again restart, power on, power off. Here I'm saying restart guest. So next. Now make sure mouse is inside. If mouse is not inside, then F12 won't work. So here I'm gonna press F12. It should be done in split second, so it is done. And as soon as it is done, it starts loading the file from where? From our WDS server. So this is my WDS server. So this machine sends a request to this server saying that I need an operating system, and now operating system is being installed. So with this, we successfully installed and configured Windows Deployment Services. Now, no matter how many machines I start, these all machines will be installed automatically. So in this video, we went through installing WDS role in this environment, and this is chapter 4 of this book. I am following this book for this complete 410 training. If you want, you can buy this book over Amazon, and then you can follow the videos as well. So we just completed chapter 2, which is deploying servers. Before that, in part 3, we completed chapter 4, which is deploying domain controllers. So now the last part that I just need to show you is here, which is it stops here, Windows 7 deployment, and we need to click next. And it is asking for the administration. Now this is why, because we set up the permissions that only administrator can approve this. And if I go back, if I don't enter username and password and go back here in your pending computer, you should be able to find a request which is not here at the moment, but maybe it will come a little bit later. But here all you need to type egreen and administrator, and then you need to type the password 1 and OK. After that, it offers you the same operating system that we have in WDS. So if I go here, this is the operating system it is offering, which is install image. If you forgot to add install image, then this here it will be empty and you won't be able to install anything. Next. And next, it will ask you a few questions. Now it is installing Windows 7. And this is how we install Windows 7. Now you want to try that again one more time. So create a new machine, without operating system. So without operating system, and next Windows 7, and then we'll call this green bare metal 02. Bare metal 02. Next, and machine starts. Make sure you click inside, and once it is clicked inside, you need to press F12. Now sometime on some keyboards F12 will be with function key or sometime with control key. Make sure what keyboard you have, but main idea, press F12. If you ever need to get rid of F12, for example, you don't want F12. First of all, what is the reason for F12? The reason for F12 is for testing purposes. So first time, since I am making this image ready, once I make it perfect so that everything is in place, I know that then I don't need to press F12. In order to disable F12, so that you don't have to disable, a machine should be automatically installed, all you need to do is go back to your server and then go back to here within WDS. You're in WDS console. Right click on server, go to properties. Within properties, here it is, it's right here. So require F12. Here it says do not require F12 for anything. So here no F12 is required. I would say for known machine just say require, because known machine already have operating systems. You don't want to have you don't want those machines to be destroyed by or reinstalled by WDS. But for all unknown machine, never press F12. So here we'll say apply and OK. Now once this is done, we'll go back here. We'll continue this installation. For now, let's do the installation. So this is my second machine being installed. Now I had to press F12 on both of them. Now let's create a third machine. So creating a third machine, it should be automatic install, and here I'm gonna call the green bare metal 03. So hopefully it shouldn't ask me for F12 this time because I disabled it. So let's see what happens. And in this case, it starts. It looks for IP address. DHCP assigns IP address, and then right here, no F12 is being asked, and at the same time, operating system is not found. And it might be because two other machines are already busy. That's why. Otherwise, it should automatically continue. Okay, so I'll go back here and let's say go back to client, sorry, boot, and within boot, oh, okay, sorry, it says never continue Pixie boot. So here I will have to select always continue Pixie boot. It shouldn't be never, it should be always. So that makes sense. So we'll just apply, click OK, and retry. So here, in order to retry, all you need to do is restart guest. So it should get IP address from DHCP first, and then it should ask for operating system, continue with the installation without F12. So now it's going on and it's doing the installation. So guys, in this video, we successfully installed, configured, implemented WDS in our environment. Please redo it in class lab and in home lab, and if you can, redo it few times within the week. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'm going to see you in the next video.